Have predictions for week 4 of the NFL. Every game, every pick. Here we go.
All right, starting with tonight's game, the Thursday night game, obviously the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Look, I do like the Packers being at home in prime time. They don't lose a lot of those games, but I do think Detroit's a better football team. They're favored by 1.5 for a reason. I think when you simplify predictions, who has the better quarterback? I think Jared Goff's a better quarterback. Yes, Jordan Love had a good fourth quarter, but it was 17-0 going into the fourth, right? Like, we know that the Lions are a better offense, and their defense has actually been playing a lot better as well. Held Atlanta to 6 points, so I'll go ahead and take Detroit.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions here. Like you said, do I think that Jordan Love is a good enough quarterback to win in this league? Absolutely. But when you're outmatched at the quarterback position, it was evident that he didn't have it and didn't have what it takes.
Right. Well, and also they're banged up. Aaron Jones is hurt. Christian Watson's hurt. David Bakhtiari's hurt.
Which means
are they even going to be healthy enough? You know, I don't know. A couple game time decisions, so we'll see. Okay, Atlanta at Jacksonville. And I know a lot of people are fading Jacksonville, given that they just got crushed by Houston. But I do think Jacksonville's the decider. I think they're a better football team. I get a better quarterback. I get a better offense, right? More talent on the edge. And I do think they get after the passer, a lot better. So if you can make Desmond Ridder uncomfortable, I think the Jags win the football game.
Yeah, and it's in London, so it's like neutral field.
Is it really? Wow, how about it? Yeah.
First London
game
of the year.
Yeah.
9 a.m., so if you wake up nice and early, you can catch that one.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
9:30 in the morning? That's gross. So Scott Hansen, no, he can't start that early because he can't have one game on.
Right.
That's dumb.
So I'm sure you'll see like a lot of highlights from it throughout the day on Red Zone. But look, Jacksonville's going to win this game. I'm not a big fan of Atlanta. We've always kind of had a negative.
Every time I pick them or bet them, they screw me.
Yeah. So we're not picking Atlanta here, and Trevor Lawrence and the Jags have to find it and turn it around at some point. I'm thinking this is the week.
Fair point. Maybe in a different country, it'll help them turn it around. Washington at Philadelphia. We saw Washington kind of get exposed against a really, really good team in Buffalo. Now, I don't think Philadelphia is as good as Buffalo, but I think they're a really, really good team. They're going to be able to run the football, good front seven. Sam Howell threw, 4 picks against Buffalo? I think he throws probably 2 more against Philly. I'll take Philly by a touchdown or 2.
Yeah, this is one of the ones. I think the line's at 8.5, 9, something like that.
7.5 right now. It'll probably be bet up to 8.5, 9.
Yeah, and honestly, I would probably take those points. I would bet that, and for Philly to cover. I just don't think Washington has any of the firepower to compete with the Philadelphia Eagles team at this point.
I would agree. Buccaneers at the Saints, our first split. We went back and forth. I leaned Saints because we saw what they did, defensively against Brady. Brady had a really tough time against the Saints, so I'm thinking, okay, well, it's a lot of the same players in Tampa, a lot of the same schemes. The Saints are probably going to respond the same and kind of stop that offense, stymie that offense. But at the end of the day, I don't know if Derek Carr is going to play. If it's Jameis Winston, I'm taking the better quarterback in Baker Mayfield. And so I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to take Baker Mayfield. I'm going to take the Bucs. Look, good, competent quarterbacks coming off a bad loss usually rebound really, really well. So I'm going to take the chance that Baker, as a competent quarterback, good weapons, they're going to rebound. It's going to be inside. You don't have to worry about the rain. It's going to be in a dome. I will take the Bucs to win by a field goal over the Saints.
In my heart of hearts, I can't pick Baker Mayfield here. Like you said, with the defense in New Orleans, I like that against the Tampa Bay. And look, if Derek Carr can play, I'll take Derek Carr over Baker. But even Jameis Winston and Baker, it's close.
Don't do that to Baker.
It's closer than you would think.
Don't do that.
It's closer than you would think, and you know it too. We've always said Jameis Winston's one of the better bridge guys in the league.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Then I saw the fourth quarter this past weekend.
Sure.
All right, Bengals at the Titans. You're going to go ahead and take the Bengals. I'm going to actually take the upset of the week. I'm going to take Tennessee, coming off a tough loss last week.
Got the boys down in Nashville, huh?
Yeah, Tennessee always plays Cincinnati tough. They beat them in the playoffs, a couple years ago. They always play not the playoffs, the regular season a couple years ago. The Titans always play the Bengals tough. They're going to be able to run the football. The Bengals' offense has not looked good. Point blank, they have not looked good. I think Tennessee kind of possessions their way to victory here, wins an ugly one, like a 10-6 type ball game. Wins close, wins ugly. I'll take the under, and I'll take the Titans.
Give me the Cincinnati Bengals. They started to figure out a little bit at the end of the game on Monday night.
Not to mention short week for Cincinnati, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it is, which is slightly a concern. But I think they're finally starting to get their feet underneath of them, and I think Joe Burrow is starting to make some good reads. I mean, I didn't love what I saw early on Monday night, but as the game progressed, as it went on, they started to figure some things out. Like you mentioned before we started, Jamar Chase finally getting back on the right side of things here.
12 for 141.
So I'm taking the Bengals. They have to be better.
All right, Rams at the Colts. We're both going to go ahead and take the Rams. Actually, we're both kind of surprised the Colts are favored by 1.5 points.
Yeah,
I think the
what
Rams
is
are a better
that?
team. Yeah, I think the Rams have a better front seven. I think the Rams have a better offense, better quarterback, better weapons, very, very good run game. So, yeah, I think the Rams are the side here. I think they're a much better football team. Going on the road, a little bit concerning. It's a cross-country flight, but I do take the Rams to win.
So are we a little preview for bets on a budget then?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think like that's one of the
I think they're a
lines you
much
have to
better
have.
football team, yeah.
I think so. There's no way the Rams lose to the Colts,
so.
right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Vikings at the Panthers. Look, 2 0-3 teams. Seem fairly lifeless, but let's be real here. The Vikings are the better football team, better quarterback, better weapons. You could argue coach. I think a more creative coach in Kevin O'Connell, for sure. I'll take the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't like the Panthers. I think they are one of the worst teams in the league. They are definitely one of the most boring teams in the league to watch.
Especially when Andy Dalton starts last week. That was rough to watch.
The Red Rifle. He was actually pretty good, though.
The Red Rifle. The beige water pistol.
At the end of the day, I just can't, in good faith, pick the Carolina Panthers here. And I think Kirk Cousins and the Vikings are probably one of the most
they have to win
undervalued
at some point.
0-3 team. Yeah, and they're due for a win. This is the Vikings week. Give me Minnesota.
Dolphins at the Bills. Dolphins coming off a 70-20 win over Denver. They're actually 2.5-point dogs going to Buffalo. And I'm going to go ahead and swallow the points and take Buffalo. I think they're a better football team in terms of entire roster. I think defensively they're going to be able to do a lot of things to slow down
I was going to say, I'm
the
worried
Dolphins.
about the pass rush.
Yeah, the pass rush is exactly why I think they're going to be able to get to Tua. And we know Tua, with time, might be the best quarterback in football right now.
Yeah.
There's an argument that, well, at least statistically, I know Mahomes is, a better, more talented quarterback, but there's an argument that within this system, upright, with no pressure, Tua is the best quarterback in football. But I don't think that's going to be the case this weekend. I think he'd be picking himself off the turf a lot. I'll take the Bills to win. Pass rush, Josh Allen does just enough, doesn't turn the ball over. Bills win by 3.
While you make some good points, but I know you saw it, and I saw it, and everybody else in America saw it, watching the Dolphins hang 70 on the Broncos.
It's a good offense, really entertaining.
It's a great offense, and against supposedly a pretty good defense in Denver. Now, we haven't seen it this year.
They suck.
But either
Sam
way,
Howell hung 35
if you score 70 points in an NFL football game, that's special. And I just the inconsistency of Josh Allen recently concerns me, and I think Tua's played better football. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Fair enough. Ravens at the Browns. We're both going to go ahead and take the Ravens here. I think I get the better quarterback. I think I get a more stable franchise, a better coach, better offensive line. So I'll go ahead and take the Ravens.
Yeah, I don't think Deshaun turns it around anytime soon.
No, he's not very good.
Not at all.
Steelers at the Texans. I'll take the Steelers with the momentum. Kenny Pickett first 2-touchdown game this past week in Vegas.
Pretty nice.
Kenny 2 gloves. I like him to go ahead and lead them to victory. I do worry a little bit about the secondary against C.J. Stroud, who, although may have his limitations physically, is a very professional quarterback, can distribute the ball accurately. So I do worry about our secondary. I think it has the chance to kind of be a little bit of a shootout. Not what the Steelers want, but I do think they win by a field goal, which is exactly what they're favored by.
My thing is, I don't think C.J. Stroud has ever seen a pass rush and a defensive front like Pittsburgh has, though.
Fair. It's a good
front.
front.
I think T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith.
Tomlin against rookie quarterbacks is also elite.
Yeah.
Throw that out there.
That's another thing you have to look at. I like C.J. Stroud. He's played really good this year. I don't think he has it in the tank to beat a very experienced Pittsburgh defense. You got some new guys on the back end, but of course, everybody up front's pretty experienced. They got the guys, and I think Pittsburgh's offense is finally starting to figure it out. Matt Canada had somewhat of a good play call this last week, it seemed like, and things have definitely improved a little bit. Now, I don't want to speak too early and have him shoot himself in the foot this week. But
probably will.
I think they're playing better. I'm going to take the Steelers.
Denver at Chicago. I almost picked Chicago here. Look, I don't like Justin Fields, but he's so physically gifted that at some point he's going to have at least one game where he just runs rampant, right? He'll luck himself into a touchdown or two through the air, and he'll like run another two in because he's just so physically gifted. But I cannot. I just can't do it. I don't have the stomach to actually think he's going to be good.
Not after what you said last week and to start the show this week.
I know he's going to have one good game this year. I know it. Like, he's too talented to not have at least one game, and I'm going to hear about it from everybody on YouTube, and that's fine. I don't know when it's going to come. I have a feeling it might be this week, but I can't predict it. I just can't.
Yeah, it's just going to have to be one of those things.
I'm taking the Broncos.
It's going to have to be one of those things that like you get surprised by and then have to put it in misses and hits and misses.
I trust Sean Payton and Russell Wilson to turn it around more than I do Matt Eberflus and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Raiders at the Chargers. Chargers are a better team. I get a better quarterback. I get better weapons. I get a better, maybe not better head coach. Well, they're both pretty bad.
They're both bad.
They're both bad, so I'll take the better quarterback, Justin Herbert.
As you said, Brandon Staley almost lost the game for them this last week. Yeah. So, I mean, the decisions on both sides of the football aren't great. But when it comes down to the Chargers and Raiders, I'm going Chargers.
Patriots at the Cowboys. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowboys.
Better
I know that. I didn't know they didn't look good, but like, who's scoring for New England? That's my problem. Like, who's getting in the end zone?
Nobody.
People are like, well, what about Arizona? Rondale Moore, James Conner, and Josh Dobbs would all start for New England. Like, they're all significantly better than anybody New England has. So, like, Arizona might have flaws, but there's better offense than New England, without a doubt.
Oh, I agree.
Arizona at the San Francisco 49ers. I'll take the Niners.
This isn't really something we even have to discuss.
This might be my favorite bet of the week, and it's a 2-touchdown spread.
Yeah, the Niners are going to absolutely roll them. It's not going to be close.
Yeah, Chiefs at the Jets. The Chiefs, that's another spread that I just absolutely love. Chiefs favored by 9.5.
The end of these predictions are wrapping up quickly.
Yeah, because these are like no-brainers.
I mean, the 49ers and Chiefs. I mean, come on.
Yeah, those are no-brainers. Seattle traveling to New York. So, again, cross-country, but it is Monday. It's a night game, so it shouldn't be too much of a factor. Yeah, so the Seattle at the Giants. I'm going to go ahead and take Seattle. Coaching, but I take a better defensive coach against a shaky quarterback situation in Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Can they get Daniel Jones to turn the ball over? I think they can. If they can, they will win. Run the football, turn Daniel Jones over. It's a better football team.
I like Seattle here. It's just I do not like the Giants at all. No, I don't trust them. It wouldn't surprise me if they come out and they just get blanked and don't have a first down till the second half.
Their offensive line's terrible.
That's the type of team that we're getting here in New York. So I'm not picking them. I'm going Seattle to win on Monday Night Football.
All right, we got our splits. I'm taking Baker and the Bucs. You're taking the Saints. I'm taking the Titans upset of the week over Cincinnati. They have their number in recent years. And the Bills over Miami. The Bills being at home. Miami kind of maybe in a bit of a lull after a fantastic performance. Maybe they feeling themselves a little bit. I'll take the Bills at home.
All right, love it. It is that time.